Hello. Okay, Kolade, can you confirm my microphone is okay? So can you confirm you can hear me now? Okay, so thank you very much from wherever you might be watching this. I want to confirm you can all hear me. So good evening, everyone. Again, you are welcome to Founders Growth Conference. Let me use this also my audio. So you are welcome to Founders Growth Conference and glad to have you all here. Kolade, please, can you confirm the YouTube is perfectly working and people can hear this very well? Please, can you confirm that? So you are welcome. And this evening, I think you're welcome to second week of the Founders Growth Conference. This is not just a conference, but a conference that is specifically meant for business owners who has done 3 years and above in their business. And the goal of this conference is to be able to scale. So that is the major goal. We want to look at some of those structures and some of those things that your business needs to scale. Okay, so this is someone you all want to meet, and then the angle she will be speaking from is something that each business needs to work on, and that is you. So there's no way we want to have a scalable business or a business that want to scale. You are doing A in your business, or you want to do you want to move to A to Z, then you need some legal structure to be in place. You need some legal and regulation structures or some basic legal regulation things to know before you can successfully before you can successfully move the business or before the business can turn up to that. So this evening we'll be having no other person than Barrister Nnenna Ugu, Dr. Barrister Nnenna Ugu. She, uh, unfortunately, I didn't have a full profile here, but just briefly, she worked with Enterprise Development Center, and then she has been doing, when it comes to businesses, when it comes to SMEs or business structure, most especially when it comes to legal, then she's one of the foremost individual in that in this country and beyond. I think her on board what she will walk us through uh she will walk us through what she wants to give us this evening. Definitely, I know this section or the time we give it to her will not be enough for her to do justice, perfect justice to the topic. However, we just want to use this tip. At least it's still better than none. It's still better than none. So let me have her to come on board, ma. So, Vice, you can come on board, ma. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Good evening. I'm happy to be here. Please just confirm you can. Sorry, I enter with you device. You can hear me, right?
Definitely, we can hear you, ma. Hello,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm trying to mute my other device.
Okay, ma.
But I don't know if okay, let me sorry. Okay, it's live. Is it still echoing? Oh my god.
No, it has stopped. It has stopped now.
Okay. Okay, good evening, everyone, once again. I'm happy we have viewers joining in online. I think what I could actually just do is I would like to share my screen now, but somehow, don't know if you can see it. So within this one, well, let me say 45 minutes, we are looking at business ethics. Sorry, let me just leave that. Looking at business ethics, principles of business ethics. I mean, we want to just look at the structures, want to look at business regulations, want to look at some of the things that, I mean, in this world, in the world of today, sometimes when you talk about ethics, people just feel like, what is this person talking about? Does ethics really exist? But yes, ethics exist. And the earlier we understand that, the better for all of us. Sorry, just mind my video because of network. But like I said, we'll just be looking at the business ethics, right? The structures and regulations, how we can get it right. I mean, it's good that we understand that no matter how enticing, no matter how enticing unethical things could be, there's really nothing as good as doing things ethically. There's nothing really good as telling people that even if in the midst of 100, you can also be that number one. You must not really follow your leader, right? Or sometimes we hear it in the business, the political world. Let me get my national cake. It doesn't really exist that. But what we are saying is in this world that is
Doctor,
rapidly, yes,
doctor,
please,
I think we can't see your face again.
my video. Were you seeing me before?
Yes, we saw you at a point in time. It came up, and
Are you seeing me now?
yes, it's okay now. It's okay now.
Is it okay now with my turban? Sorry, so
Fine,
I had to do
fine.
this. I'm at my daughter's graduation. Sorry,
It's
but I needed to just do this session. All right.
wow.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, that in this world that we are here today, right? Companies are most of the time you're being evaluated really how ethically you operate, right? How structured are the things that you do? I'm just trying to share this thing, and how compliant. And I wanted to stress the fact that no matter what it is, right? You are in the world where we must do things ethically in the world. We're in the world where let me be that one person that is standing out. Maybe that person that you know what this person is doing the business ethically. So let's look at how we can structure our businesses in such a way that we are doing things in the right way. So, like I said, business ethics, the structure and regulations, they are really the backbone of every, not just every business, not just every enterprise, but responsible enterprise management. Mark my word, responsible enterprise management. So we need to understand how we can implement and enhance those business sustainability, right? But at the same time, knowing that we want to we are leaders, enterprise leaders, want to build a world where it is not just for enterprise sake. It is not just for ethics sake, but where people will tap and say, you know what, I know that I did it well and others can follow us. So in trying to look at that, I just wanted to define business ethics as what it is. There are those moral principles and standards that guide our behavior in the world of business. Moral principles and standards that guide our behavior in the world of business. And what it technically means is try to differentiate between the right and wrong, helps us to choose what is right and what is wrong, even when we also try to be profitable and convenient. And when I talk about business ethics, I also try to just go the route of the church, just to touch a bit about the church, right? In as much as the church is running and it's a non-for-profit, but the church is also running so that it can sustain itself. And the church will not tell you, go and steal to come and give me offering money. Go and steal to come and give me tithe. Yes, I want to collect your tithe. I want you to offer to God, but I don't want you to go and do it in such a way that you're stealing. That's exactly the way it is in business. You want to grow our business. We want to make sure that we move from step one to step two. We want to make sure that we move from turning over hundreds of millions to billions of naira, right? But at the same time, we want to do it and do it right. So how can we just distinguish those right and wrong, but at the same time, run our businesses in the way that it is profitable, it is convenient for us, and we're also trying to get the trust of your customers, your employees. And when we talk about customers, of course, you know that our employees are also our customers, but your customers, your employees, and everybody in your wider community. Okay. And then moving forward, I wanted to also talk about the core principles of business ethics. Number one is integrity. In anything that you're doing in the business, don't mind what people will say. I mean, people will always say, don't mind whether this one is just set up for setting up sake. Abi he came to come and watch Lagos Bridge. It doesn't really matter. But you need to stick to your neck and say, I want to do this business. I want to do it with all honesty. Let my white by white. Let my black be my black. My yellow, my red, my red. Let it not be red and I'm saying yellow, right? So we need to understand how to do business in all honesty and dealings, business dealings. Remember, don't quote me wrong that I came to run business just to dash. You're not dashing anybody money. Integrity does not mean that you dash money. Integrity means that we do things and we do it well and we do it in all honesty. And we do it in such a way that we are understanding ourselves, right? I wanted to just speak on these 5 things. Doing it with integrity. Then transparency. How can we, those are the core principles of business ethics. We're talking about transparency, we're talking about accountability, we're talking about fairness, and then your respect for stakeholders, recognizing the rights and interests of all stakeholders involved. So when we talk about transparency, the people in the house now, I mean, those in the class, do you mind just telling me when you hear transparency, what comes to your mind? to our participants, someone can just raise your hand, or not just talk, share one person, what transparency means for you.
Okay, Ma, I think, unfortunately, okay, let's wait a little bit. Some people are watching, in fact, the participants are watching through YouTube. So the
Okay, so it's
comment,
just only you. Okay,
it's
okay.
only the team that are here.
So it's only the team. It's okay. It's okay. So I wanted to, okay, let me now tell you now. So what does transparency mean to you? Let me ask you now. It's okay. You can answer. They are part of the team. What does
Okay, okay.
transparency mean to you, for
Okay,
you?
so transparency, to me, transparency mean doing thing in the right way, or doing thing in the supposed way, doing it openly. I think that's my simple definition to transparency.
So yes, so you say it now, doing it in an open way, right? Doing it and being
Yes.
so transparent that everybody understands what you're doing. Eh? Doing it in
Mm-hmm.
such a way that when people see, they say, "Ah, this person is transparent." And that's also sometimes in the business world, they say that the business that you're doing, and it's only known to you alone. You cannot guarantee transparency. So transparency, I really wanted to focus on transparency because it speaks a lot. This principle, it speaks a lot. What really transparency is all about, right? The transparency speaks to open communication. I know I say mean what you say. When you want to say something, mean it and say it, and let people understand that this is what it is. I have to be open. I have to make people see who I am. There's nothing like dealing things in secrecy. So let's take, for instance, if you're listening to me and you're one of those that in the office, your A is your A, you have your best team, right? There are people that are for you. You know, then the workplace start saying this set of staff, they are for the boss. This one, they are not. Don't say something in their friend too, because when you say it, they'll go and report something like that. It means that you're being so. I mean, the kind of business that you run, you don't want to be transparent. You don't want people to know what people cannot just verify and vouch and say, you know what, I am here because I know that this business is transparent, right? The way they channel their communication, the way they take decision in the house is very transparent. You want to show that whatever I do to A, I am doing to B. There's no sacred cow. Transparency means that if I insist that the work starts by 8:30 a.m., right? I too, as the star, as the boss, should come by 8:30 a.m. Transparency means that let people see us and know that this business, no, that they are very good, right? That whatever they do, they want people to hear. In their channel of communication, they have a structure in the way they run. Transparency actually speaks more to, when you talk about transparency, please think about the fact that there's something called SOP. The way you operate, people want to see that that's the way they operate. They must go through their procedure. If they're recruiting, they're not recruiting because this is this is pastor's daughter, or this is pastor's son, or this is our church member. They are recruiting because they want to recruit, and they've rolled out their JDs. So the best person fits in. They go through the process. That's transparency. When people see you and they can vouch for you, they can say that these people, they are vouching for your integrity, and they are vouching that this organization is as transparent as can be. The boss, this boss is this, right? So open communication, and always learn to, when they what we call like full disclosure, disclose information, whatever it is that has to do with the organization. People should be able to know that. So you run a business in such a way that people can vouch for, in such a way that anything you're doing, people know. So, and it goes down to, you know, sometimes there are things that we put on our website, on our social media pages. We don't know the impact and the effects it does to us, right? It means that whatever the one we push out, we are pushing out really who we are. Transparency means that for you, that you're a tailor, right? I am a tailor. I am a fashion person. If I said I'm going to deliver in 2 days, I'll deliver. Those are the things. Doing things and being transparent about who you are. Being able to relate information, and people should always resonate with you. And you know, these core principles, they go together. If I'm transparent and you're able to tell you, take my words. Take my word that I'm going to deliver in 2 years, in 2 days, I'm going to deliver in 2 days. Take my word that if we say our A is A, and not that I am actually loud in my tone, because I work in a place where if you work at the Pan Atlantic University, specifically Enterprise Development Center, the university as a whole, if you don't believe in the principles of ethics, then you're not there. I mean, kiss your mouth and say just you can't exist there. We always pride ourselves that if you walk into the university, you work at EDC, you must understand doing business with integrity. You must understand these principles of ethics, that you must do your business in such a way that anytime, anywhere, right? You call EDT, to be able to say, oh, let me reference on this person, that this person is good, she can deliver, she can do things ethically, right? So for us, doing business and doing it right is so important. Compliance, being able to pay your tax, being able to comply with all government regulations, that's transparency. Being able to file your returns, that's transparency. Being able to be a legal entity, to register your business, be a legal entity, incorporate your business in such a way that this is who your people can always refer to you. One of the core things that we try to differentiate businesses is from the fact that they will tell you, can you also, are you verifiable? Can they verify? Can they look for you? Those are the things. As little as transparency is as detailed as possible too. But if you're doing your business, you have to try as much as possible to. I'm just spending a lot of time on this place because I believe that they are core principles of business ethics. But most importantly, they link to each other. The third one is accountability, taking responsibility for your actions and your decisions, being accountable. And when we talk about being accountable and business ethics, right, it means that whatever applies to A applies to B. Whatever B will do, C will do. So I am being accountable. I am taking responsibility for my actions, right? I am doing this, not apportioning blames. That means that we must work as a group. We must work as a team. I mean, as a group, there's something called teamwork. The way it is means that we all understand that if anything goes wrong, all of us, we are wrong. If at the end of the day, the team fails, you don't need to say, it's not me. I wasn't there. It was not in Nena. No, we all are accountable for our actions. So accountability means that you must take responsibility for anything that you do. For those decisions that you take, at every time point you take that decisions, know that you are accountable for that. For the staff that you decided to recruit, you're accountable for their behavior. For the businesses that you decided to do, for those things that you take out, you're accountable for them. So you need to take responsibility and know that I did this and I'm taking responsibility for that. My actions, my words, my failures. In the business world, they say that failure is not just to, it doesn't matter no matter how many times you fail, but your ability to pick up yourself and move forward, continue again. We learn from our failures, we learn from our mistakes. It can only just make us better. So when you talk about business accountability, they're all taking those responsibility that I don't need to lie. I don't need to say that I did not do this when I actually know that I did it. I don't need to say, it wasn't me, it was him that did it, or no, we don't even want to do it. Always do things that you take responsibility for. Your decisions before you make, what are the processes that you use in taking your decisions? Decision making is very critical in the business space. You don't just talk for talking. You don't just decide for deciding's sake, right? You need to understand the thing that I'm going to make. Is it also fair? What is the implication of those decisions? What is the effect to the business? What is the effect to even my customers? So in taking any decision, thinking about you. You, yes, you're the business person. What about the people that you're going to sell to? What about the people that work for you? So what kind of decision are you taking? That's the second one. The third one, accountability and fairness, treating all stakeholders equitably. From the maximum of equity, one of them says that he who goes to equity must go with clean hands. You have to be clean. You have to make sure that everybody is fair. There's no favoritism. You have to say, okay, no, whatever I did to A, I did to B, right? Whatever, if I'm giving A this salary, I gave it to B. The moment you start introducing, this is my favorite, this is my, whatever she tells you, do it. You know, you create an unsafe place. Creating an unsafe environment for people to work. People begin to just, why am I here? What is happening? Don't say your place. For business owners, I always ask that, can you tell yourself that my place is the best place to work? Can people vouch, your staff say that this is the place to work? What are those things that are drawing back your customer to say, you know what, I went back to EDC, I went back to Omokable. because it was a great place to work. I want to refer them. So the spirit of fairness, spirit of being accountable, spirit of being respectful. Let's treat every stakeholder equitably. Let's also learn how to respect, recognize my rights and my interests. Know my space, keep my space open, recognize the decision, recognize my own. When I say that I'm not able to do this, find out why I'm not able, instead of blowing the horn that who does he really think is the business? Do you think that he's the best staff, or do you think that the business is the best? No, right? We strive to win. We strive to make the business a safe place to work. We strive to make sure that whatever we are doing, that we are in a good place. That's around the business ethics, how to put our structure on our businesses and run it ethically. Right. So taking me to the next one, which is now our business. How do we put structures in our businesses? What are the types of structures that we are meant to have? What are the things that you have that helps you to position your business in a way that people will look at you and say, you know what, I want to do business with this person, right? What are the businesses? What are the structures you want? Does the business just exist because it is you, or will the business exist without you? Do you have people, like they would say in the law, they would say, do you have someone that is an alter ego? Do you also build your team in such a way that even if you're not there, the business will run? Or are you one of those that if you go on vacation, they wait, let Oga come. Oga did not say this. Oga said that. No, you're not putting structure to your business. If you want to run business ethically, you must also learn how to put structure to your business. You must learn how to ensure that there's sustainability of the business, right? That it does not really revolve around you. It's not just about you. So what are the things you're meant to do to ensure that there's sustainability? First of all, I encourage you to always do an analysis of your team members, of your business and your team members. Even starting from you know, when I say team member, I mean also you're a staff of the organization. Start from yourself. Consider those are your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities in your own space. With that, you begin to know, okay, this person can do this person cannot do this. What are the structures that we can put? Harvest ideas from your people. It's not in business, everything does not revolve around the MD or the CEO or the founder, right? You take decisions together, you get everyone ideas, and then you narrow down to the things that can. So put those structures that in your business can exist without you. We are in the world of tech, whether you like it, technology has come to stay. Let's even not move to the fact that what AI is doing now. But what are those things that you're using? There are simple things you can use, even things around, if you're using Microsoft, all your Google, look at all the things that Google has helped us to do to run your business, right? So even if you're not, there are ways you can capture things, even you're not there, right? WhatsApp, people have WhatsApp group, but sometimes people don't even use the WhatsApp group. So putting that structure is right for registering your business, right? Making sure that you're compliant. What are those things that makes you compliant? Paying your taxes. I'm sure we all heard about the new tax law that just came out a few days ago. What are the implications for businesses? Well, now begin to look at what are the implications, but it's a discussion for another day, not now. Watch out for the space. I think in 2 weeks' time, we'll be talking about that, not on this platform, but on another platform, on our EDC alumni platform, precisely 2 weeks today. We'll be looking at the implications of this reform for businesses. But how am I now compliant, right? Let's look at those key businesses, the areas that we have that makes you right. Things around paying your tax, things around filing your returns, things around understanding. So for your staff members now, how do they even go on leave? Do you pay their own compensations, right? How many of your team members actually have, even if what's the least one that people now have now, right? Do you pay their taxes? Do you get them into some of the HMOs that are available? Those are the things that can create a safe place for your people to run. But most important is, let's also try as much as possible to be compliant with the business regulation. That I registered my business does not mean that I am compliant with some regulatory bodies. So business is just to give it a name, to be legally compliant, to register, to incorporate or register with Corporate Affairs Commission. But at the same time, we also have other regulatory bodies. You have your NAFDAC, you have your technology incubation. So you have a lot of things a lot of regulatory bodies that you need to comply with. If you register an income, what does the law say about compliance? What does the law say about paying your tax? What does the law say about filing your returns? Right? We need to understand those things. So in doing that, it speaks a lot to you being compliant. It speaks a lot to you, our topic of today now, you understanding what those ethics are, the structures and the regulations that guide your body, your organization. In Nigeria alone, we have a total of 42 regulatory bodies. You can go and check it. 42 regulatory bodies. I am sure that if you check, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 affect your own business area. You might want to go and look at that and see which one affects you. But just to end my small talk now, the fact that I am encouraging every one of us that we are here, that we need to understand how to do business right. Remember the 5 things that I mentioned: integrity, transparency, accountability, fairness, respect for stakeholders. And then let's also know how to put structure in our business. What kind of structure do I know? If I'm a one-man business, there are kind of structure that I'll put to make sure that the sustainability of that business. The business must exist whether I am there or I am not there. So what are those things that I'm putting in place? Just a reflection question for all of us as we listen to this small talk this evening. Just ask yourself, how am I doing my business ethically? For the staff that work for business owners, also ask yourself, are you passing through this organization in a transactional way just because I come and they pay me salary? Or am I passing this organization in a transformational way so that I'll transform myself and transform the business? It's just a take-home question for us. I just wanted to leave us with this too. In anything that you are doing, don't be a transactional person. Be a transformational person. Don't go because you want to do business and make this money now. Go to business because I'm not just making money, but I want to transform the world, transform the society, and transform the space that I am. I think with this, I will just wrap up my session for today. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, for those of you on YouTube, please, can I have digital appreciation? Just put your emoji in the comment section on YouTube. Please, Kolade, confirm you can see that. Then Dolapo, please confirm you can also see that. So thank you very much, Ma. We appreciate this session. It's
Thank you so much.
Very powerful. As opposite, I think we have 2 or 3 people that had issue with their hearing from YouTube, so we had to send them this link. So we have 2 people that joined through this link. So you are most welcome. Thank you very much, Ma. And this
apologies that, like I said, everybody listening, please, apologies too, because I'm doing this from the car and I'm doing this from Holy Child College, where I went for my daughter's graduation. Maybe it would have been more detailed to see where I am. So thank you. You can see I'm dressed like as if I'm one pastor's wife, like that. Thank
so
you.
let's start the question. Dora, please, can you send those questions? Can you just pick 2? Okay, I can see that in my personal DM. Okay, Ma, so I think let's begin with this question. This person is asking this, that let me just, okay, so the person is saying that, Ma, for businesses who still very struggling, who has done about 10 years, meanwhile, this business has committed some error in terms of tax. So what can the person do at this point in time? And then the person even asked, Ma, that in tax, we hear a word like tax avoidance, tax, what is the name of the second?
Evasion.
So what can you advise kind of business that they've been existing for long and they've committed some of these things? I think for what you said now, it has inspired some people. So they now want to push in. What's the advice?
So what I can say, there are ways around. I know there are times where I don't advise anybody evading tax, right? I always say that tax is like when you're paying your tithe. You pay your tithe, just know what you're meant to pay, right? Businesses, the government will not collect tax from you when you are not running the business, right? There are businesses that if you're not doing up to 25 million naira a year, you're not allowed to pay tax. They have different categories just for you to know that if I'm doing less than 50, maybe my tax is 5%, or my tax is 7.5, or my tax is 10%, right? So you understand that. But at this point, really, where it's not something, is this now illegal that you can push out my number. I mean, we can talk after here, right? But it's just to calculate. There are times the government will say, let's waive some things for you. Sometimes they introduce all sorts of measures for small business owners, right? But it's just to calculate and know what you have. The only thing I can tell is that you've already gone contrary to the law by evading tax, right? You've already defaulted. What we are looking at for now is damage control. What could be done? Maybe the reason for your not paying or not even declaring is the fact that you've not run business for a long time. And which also takes me to one thing I wanted to say. Please, if you have a business and you've incorporated a business, right, you're meant to file your return at a particular time. At every month, you're also meant to declare. Please, the government will not come and give you what you did not do. If you did not run and you don't incur anything, you will also just go and file that by the 17th of this month, this is my business. I did not, you file like that so that they know. But not doing that, the penalty is even more than avoiding, right? The penalty alone for not paying tax is more than the tax that you're going to pay, because you still pay that tax, you still pay that penalty times 2. But like I said, we can consult that so that the tax officer will not they will not come after me that I'm saying what is not right. But there are ways, right, that you can do that based on the reason, and that will fly. But just know that let's not paint white. You know that this is business ethics. You did not do well. Whoever it is, you did not do well, right? Okay, so
Okay, ma. So thank you
thank you
very
very
much.
much.
We have 2 other questions, but with some of them you've answered it. I'll just advise the person to go back to the
If you know the person, you can just private chat with my number or email, and
Okay,
I'm very, very willing to take the conversation with him or her.
Oh, thank you very much, ma. Thank you very
Thank you
much, ma.
very
Why
much.
we allow you to go because
Thank
of
you.
your
Thanks so much.
congratulations to your daughter. So, thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. Thank you very much, ma. So we appreciate that section. That has been very powerful. You can all testify to that. And our speaker once again is Dr. Barrister Nnenna Ugo. She was with Pan Atlantic University, PAU, and the Faculty of Enterprise Development Center. She has been able to walk us through legal and ethics as related to business scaling. So that's amazing. I think without further ado, we will like to go to next section, which is, please, can you confirm you can hear me, please? Can you confirm you can hear me, please? A few minutes, please. A few minutes. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. So I think I am back. So please, Kolade, can you confirm people can still hear me? So let me just be sure of that. Let me be sure of that so that I won't have. Okay, thank you. So I think the next section is will be handled by me, and then the section is digital marketing framework for business growth. The reality is that many of us, we want to grow, and then it's necessary that we look at ways to grow in the right way. Yes, I think I also need to say that maybe 80%, we should say like 80% of businesses need this topic that I'm about to discuss, and that is digital marketing. So we hear different things because the kind of system we also run, or let me say, the kind of businesses we run, we also determine the kind of, or which of the digital marketing framework that you will apply to your businesses. So this section, yes, this is a section that should take us about 8 hours, at least if I will be doing this, or if the company is, if we are doing this for brand, we spend up to 8 hours to discuss this topic, and then it's necessary for us to, but within this very short period of time, I'll just go through it. I've actually prepared the slides to be very, very short. I think I would prefer to be live more than to share my screen. There's this way that this algorithm is. So I think we are good to go now. So first thing is, what is digital marketing, or what is digital marketing framework? And I should tell you that digital marketing framework is a structured guide for planning. You can highlight that: planning, executing, and managing digital marketing efforts. It's a structured guide for planning, executing, and managing digital marketing efforts. So I think there are three key things there. So the first one is planning, second one is executing, and the third one is managing. So we have digital marketing. You all know what digital marketing is, or when we say digital. So, but the framework now is, okay, it is the complete guide, or a complete a complete framework that talk about how. So the essence of the framework is, it wants to give us how to plan, how to execute, and how do we manage those digital marketing efforts. So, and then I also need to also note that it aligns all our marketing strategies into one cohesive plan. There are a lot of marketing strategies. At Home Cable Innovates, we believe that there are about 11 marketing strategies, or there are 11 digital, in fact, generally, there are 11 marketing strategies. Some people can say it's not up to, but I think this section is not for us to go into detail of all of those things, but you should know that some of them, we will talk about it during this section. Then, so what is also the essence of having a digital marketing framework? It helps improve consistency, efficiency, and result. That is the key thing. That is the key essence of digital marketing framework. It helps improve consistency, efficiency, and results. So then the next thing I should say, that before you can have a perfect digital marketing framework, then there is need for you to set your marketing goal. There is, in my own dictionary, I say that a man without a goal will wander than a goat. A man without a goal will wander than a goat. Yes, the reality is that for every business, you need to look at what is the goal. So for marketing as well, or for marketing, you need to define what your marketing goal is. And this could be monthly, it could be quarterly, it could even be biannually or annually. In fact, some people can say, okay, our next month, if Chevron, for instance, if Chevron is putting up a campaign, or you see Chevron banner, billboard outside there, it's not telling you to come and buy their products. So it is for a goal, and the goal is very simple. So we'll look at what are the marketing goals that every businesses need to have. So you can now, so it's not sometimes, some people will say, my goal is I want to make, my marketing goal is I want to make 200 sales in this month. And you will, in fact, there was a point in time a business walked up to us about 3 months ago now, and was like, I want to run sales ad. At the end of the day, when we look at what the person has been doing, the Instagram, the Facebook, the advice was, if you don't want to just waste money, running sales ad at this point in time is not it shouldn't be a goal. You're supposed to do some other activities before coming to running a sales ad. So please let me just. So before coming to run a sales ad, so the goals there are three in any marketing. There are three goals. The first one we call it brand awareness or audience growth. The brand awareness, what brand awareness does is it wants to let people to be aware of you. You want to tell people that we exist. You want to tell people that, oh, this business exists and you can actually visit us. So, and there are a lot of people that do let me just move this. So there are a lot of people that this is the only thing we do. You can do this for about a month before you move to next thing. So that's the first goal. Second one is lead generation goal. Lead generation is, for instance, if you are selling a car, if you are running adverts, then the first thing shouldn't be, you want to make sales. The first should be one, brand awareness. After brand awareness, you move to lead generation. After you push yourself outside, let people know about you, then the next thing is now lead generation. You now want to generate those leads. Sometimes when you are on YouTube or when you are on Instagram or Facebook or other these things, some people will now say, if you want this, subscribe. So when you are subscribing is an act of generating lead. They want to generate that lead, and you are part of their lead. So lead, sometimes they also call it. So sometimes they also call lead prospects. So that's the next marketing goal. The third one is sales or conversion. So, and sales or conversion really means that you now want to turn your lead, or you want to turn your prospects to buy from you. For real estate company, for instance, there's one popular person. He's a very good mentor. I learned a lot from him, Sir Fola Jomi. For those of you that know him, Sir Fola Jomi, what he does majorly is brand awareness. He does brand awareness, and from brand awareness, it will move to lead generation. From there, you now see, sometimes we now do video about a product that you have. Now tell you, if you want this, comment. When you now comment, you now DM you, or you should say, subscribe to this or fill this form. Do you get that now? So I think these are the three any marketing goal or any marketing effort can be. The first is brand awareness or audience growth. The second is lead generation. Then the third is sales or conversion. I think that is that. Then the next thing, step number 2, to creating a digital marketing framework is you should define your target audience. Target audience is very important if your business wants to grow, and mostly when you are marketing or in this digital space, your target audience, you need to pay attention to what your target audience is, or for you to create a perfect target audience. And I think in some days time, we'll be sharing a video about target audience. It's just a very short clip for you to understand target audience. But in short term, there are three things you can look at for you to create a target audience. The first one is demography. So when we say demography, it means your age, the age of your the age range of your target audience, the gender, their income, their education, their location. For instance, if you are selling okay, please, can you still hear me? Okay, so you won't be marketing Rolls Royce and you should be marketing it or advertising in let me say, Songo Market. You should not go to Songo Market and you say you are marketing Rolls Royce car. So I think that is a confusion already. So it's necessary for you to look at the demography of your audience. And I said you need to look at three things when it comes to demography: age, gender, income, education as well, and then probably the location. So that is that on demography. Second one is interest. What is the interest of your target audience? What is the interest could be their lifestyle, their habits, their value, or their hobby. So it's necessary for you to check those three things. Then the next thing, when you want to create a target audience, like when you are looking at your target audience, is the behavior. So the behavior can be spending habit, decision maker, product value. So sorry, there's an example of someone, a realtor, a real estate called marketer. He wanted to sell to a man, and the man has actually requested for a viewing. Viewing simply means inspection. So he has taken the man to inspection, and on this very day, on this inspection day, the man said he will be going with his wife. They got there, they got to the place of like to the location of the property. The marketer was now paying attention to the man, because the man that want to buy was not even considering, or didn't even talk with the wife at all. And that was how the marketer lose that sales. The man didn't buy from him. Why? Because at the end of the day, the wife said she was not interested, like it's not fine. So you need to look at what is the decision-making process of your audience. Do they consult? If they consult, then who are those that they consult? So I think so. Then the next thing under behavior is product value. What is the product value that you are pushing out? So then let me move to step number 3, which is choose your channel. So we have different digital channel, and we have a lot of them. We have organic, we have social media, and there are a lot of social media platforms. We have a lot of them. We have Facebook, we have YouTube, we have LinkedIn, we have a lot of them. So you need to look at what social media platform do you want to use? What media platform, social media platform are you using? Then the next thing is we also have email. Email marketing is also another channel that we can start paying attention to. So email marketing. Then the next thing, please, Kolade, please, can you still confirm people can we confirm people can hear us better on YouTube? Is the YouTube, hope there is no challenge with the YouTube, please. You can just put that in my private chats. Let me get that feedback before I continue, please. Oh, good. Thank you. So the next thing is I've talked about under organic for you to your channel, your digital marketing channel, you need to look at it. Do you want to go organic? And when we say organic, I've said part of the organic is social media. Another one is email. Then the next one is content marketing. So I think this section will be dwelling much under content marketing. Then another thing is paid. Sometimes you pay for you to be visible. And this means this can also entail paid advertisements, like you are running Facebook ad, you are running YouTube ad, or email marketing ad. So this is another way. So under paid, we have paid. We also have paid ad. We also have influencers. You need to pay some influencer. Like we have a lot of influencers now. The likes of, some people, they are not celeb just because they create content, and from there they become influencers. So sometimes you need to pay some influencers to become your brand ambassador for them to market for you. The fact that they are even showing on your platform, that is the only thing some people need before they buy. Then the next thing is affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing, what affiliate marketing simply means is someone is collecting commission, or somebody is gaining because somebody is linking you to a consumer, and the person is earning from it. That is simply what affiliate marketing is. So you need to look at that. If paid will also be a channel for your digital marketing framework. Then the next thing is search tool. We have a lot of search tool. We have Google. We have a lot of them. So, but in search tools, we have what we call SEO. What is SEO? Search engine optimization. Search engine optimization. We have SEN, search engine market. So all of these are part of those you need to pay attention to as well. And then what is now content? I think, let me move very fast. Content marketing strategy. So what makes a content good? The reality is that in today's market, or in today's world, you need to do a lot of content. You need to do a lot of content marketing for you to really be able to sell. So the first thing is, what makes a good content, or what makes content good? So what makes content good could be a lot of things. So, and one of those things I also say is, what is the relevance of your content to your goal and your audience? If you are creating a content and your audience, they are not interested in it, or it's not marketed to them, or it's not selling you to them, I think I should also mention that the goal of content marketing should be to reach out to your audience. Or you want to, so if you're reaching out to audience, the kind of content you create depends on the kind of audience or the kind of goal that you set. And that is why I talked about the goal first. So next thing is valuable. Your content needs to be valuable to your audience. People should see your content, and they should see value in it. So I think that is also very, very important. Then let me also mention that now, to create a content, or to be able to create a very good content, I mentioned that we have 3 content pillars. We call it content pillars. And what is content pillars? content pillars, we have three major, just like I said. The first one is education. If you are creating, so the kind of, when you are creating a content, I don't know the kind of content you are creating, but it must answer any of these three pillars, or it must suit, or it must align with any of these. The first one is education. Are you creating a content to educate people? Second one is also entertainment. Are you creating a content? Slide the second pillar, please. So are you creating a content to entertain people? And the third one is convince. Are you creating a content to convince people to buy from you? So those are the three content pillar. The first one is education. Second one is entertainment. The third one is conviction or sales. Is conviction or sales. So I think that is so that is those three contents that we have, content pillar that we have. So next thing is for you to create a good content strategy, then you need to start with a goal. I think I mentioned that before, right? You need to start with a goal. You need to start with a goal. Having a goal is very important. Then the next thing is you need to consume content. For you to create, you also need to consume content intentionally, and there are a lot of ways you should consume content. Another thing is that you can use diverse content type. Diverse content types could mean the text. Some people, the way they write article, only their article alone, or some people, they even have newsletter. Through their newsletter, they are feeding you, or they are feeding. There's some product you buy, not just because of it, just because the person has been writing to you for long. So we have diverse content type. So first, just like I said, it could be text, it could be image, it could be audio, it could also be video. Some people now, it is this era that we now have podcast. Some people, their podcast is faceless podcast. You won't see their face, but you'll be listening to everything that they are saying. So you need to look at any of these that you can do. You can use any of these. So you can use any of these as something for your brand. Please give me a few minutes, please. So sorry, please. I want to share my screen. I think we are going to we are entering places, or we are entering sections that it's very necessary that you see some of my screen. So I want to share that. That's what I'm trying to do. Please, Scholarly, you can help confirm. You can see my what's it called? People can see the can see hear me well, and then if the video is also very good. So I want to believe. Okay. Please, can you confirm? Dolako, can you confirm you can hear me now, please? Please confirm. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you also see me? You can hear me, you can see me. Please confirm that before I fire on. Okay, I think it's audible now. I think it's audible now. So if you can see the screen and you can, so I'm here that for you to be able to create a very good offer, you need to choose your channel well. I think I've explained this. The next thing is I also talk about content pillars, and I said you have three content pillars. First is education, second is entertainment, third is conversion or sales. Okay, so the next thing is creating your content strategy. And I said that for you to create a good content strategy, then you need to start with your goal. So you need to look at what is the goal, or why do you want to create this content? Do you get that now? So the next is before you can also be able to create a very good content, you also need to consume some other content. So you also need to consume some other content. It's not about copy. So you can copy people, but you should copy. Some you say if you are stealing, then you still right. So I actually don't mean that. So, but you should consume content. You should learn from people. Look at what they do. Your competitors, what do they also do, so you can learn from them. Then use diverse content type. So I talked about this: text, image, audio, video. Then team: who are you, who you are, what you do, and what you are working on. Then another thing is for you to be able to create a very good content. It could also mean uh, it could also mean that you should create story type of content. I think that really inspire people more. And it could be your origin. How do you start your business? It could be your process, behind the scene, how our operation is. Some people, it is now that you now see some people in their video, um or you go to their YouTube page, and the next thing you see is you are seeing they now say meet our staff, or how our client greet everybody. Do you get that? All of those things, it could be part of the process. It could also be, so it's also aligned with people. It should not be every time. Should not be come and buy, come and buy, come and buy. So then light bulb moment could also be another content that you can create. Then content idea and execution. You can share a retreat or mention and admire peer. So if you want to, sometimes it could be your goal, or it could be a win for you, or a retreat, a retreat. Somebody tweets something, or you also want to retweet it. Do you get that now? You can also celebrate a win and lesson from failure. You can celebrate a win. Just somebody or a vendor just requested that you should supply 500, what's it called? Probably you've been supplying. In fact, it can even be a testimonial. okay, how we did this. So it's part of what you need to look at. Then you can also, so you can also share how your audience found you. So this could also be something that will inspire. Then you can also share daily tools or behind this. I think I discussed about this before. Then I think another thing I also need to mention here, that in as much as you are trying to create content, or you want to create content, and I think I should also mention that when you are creating content, I talk about the kind of content you can create. You can create text, you can create, sorry please. So I'm so sorry about this. There are a lot of this thing. So just like I said, that when you are creating content, you have different content type that I've talked about. I've talked about text. I've talked about video. I've talked about sometimes graph is also part of text sometimes. So, but in this era, one of those key things or part of the content type that can easily inspire your audience is video. Video, video will really assist a lot of brand. What is Aproko.com? What is it doing? So it could also type, or it could have a flyer and share, but it will not really, so it will not really inspire people. So video inspire more, video connect more uh with your audience. So I think I need to just share that. Then the next thing is, you should then you can help, so helps with batching. So one of those things you can also do when you are creating content, it could also mean probably you now want to start, you can batch create. What we mean by batch create is that you can say that, okay, for this day or this day in the week or this weekend, I will create video content for the next 2 weeks or for the next 1 week. Okay, on Sundays in the evening, I create video content that I will use for the whole of the week. After creating, you want to edit. So that could mean that could assist you. Sometimes you can also come up with a content calendar, your design. You want to design all of this for the whole of the month. You can schedule all of them and give it to your designer to come up with it for you. Not that it's when you now have something to do, you now call the person. You can batch create some of those things. Then collaboration will also help you. Then positioning will also assist. Uh, so then I also need to also mention that in all of these things that we do, you can also reposition. So repurposing is probably you have a video content that you use from this section now. From this section, we can, for some of those sections, for this section that we have, though at a point in time you will later see some video clip from this section, just taking some content. So we call it repurposing. So repurposing is from what you've had. If I have a mentor, that what it does is all of this section now, you can create from this section now. If I want to market to you now, or I want to have another content type, I can turn all of this to a book. I can turn all of this to a book. All of my presentation as I'm delivering, I can, yes, with the infrastructure we have in place, we have a transcript already. So, and I can turn that to a book that could be used for other purpose. And if you also have a very large video, I think you can also make use of this AI. It is, we call Opus Clip. Opus Clip help you to chop your content. If you have a very long content, you can chop it to a very small this thing. Then it will bring out necessary meaningful parts and to help you distribute. Then the next thing is you can create content from others people. You learn from someone, or you see a video from someone. You can use the content. However, when you are using other people content, we call it create content. So you need to credit them. You need to what? You need to credit them. Then finally is that when create a content calendar, it can be weekly, it can be monthly. No, next week would, I think I will be having another section with you about AI and using AI to transform businesses. So these are just some of those things that could help you. I will show you how you can use AI to do all of this that we've talked about. You will use AI to come up with a what is it called? A month calendar. And when you have a month calendar, it will come up with all of those things for you. What you only need to do is monitor it. Or you now want to give to a designer, you want to invite a videographer to come and shoot for you. Even if just for you to shoot for yourself, then edit on your CapCut or any other tool. So I think that is that. Then you can also use a scheduling tool. We have many of them. We have Buffer, we have Hootsuite, we have MetaSuite, we have a lot of them. You can also track your performance, adjust your strategy, and stay consistent. I think that is that for now because of my time. I think today's section will be very, very brief. So I so thank you very much for attending. Let me see if there are questions to be answered before let me just end this section. Let me just end, stop share. Okay, so if you have question, you can Dolapo or Kolade, please, you can just share that with me while I just answer that, please. Because I'll be expecting that. Okay, so I will only be able to answer just one or two. I know some of you might have some questions Meanwhile, probably some of it will be answered by the last section, which is next week. So can I have one or two questions before we go? Okay, I think I can see some question in the chat. Okay, thank you. I've seen some questions. So somebody is asking that what is the difference between a Facebook page, okay, a Facebook page and a group, So a group is there and Facebook page is there. But for digital marketing, one of those things that will really assist you is you should have a Facebook page. Have a Facebook page. In fact, you can link your Facebook to your Instagram. So when you create content, when you share on Instagram or when you share on Facebook, it will easily go to your Instagram immediately as well. So, but before you can achieve that, you will need to create a Facebook page and make it to it. So a Facebook group will not help in that regard. So I think that answer the question. Okay, I see another question from Joseph. Joseph from Joseph. Okay, so I think please, Mr. Joseph, your question will be answered. I don't know if it's a male. Okay, male most likely. As I use your surname. So your question will be answered. It's part of what I'll discuss next section. I have a short. I will be having another section with you next week. So I will. The question is actually embedded in that question. So don't let me answer that now. But however, if you think your question is very important and cannot wait, I've seen it, but I just hope you can wait. So, but if you can't, you can just DM later or just reach out to us, probably from YouTube as well. So we'll take it up from there. I think that is that, right? So that is that. Okay, so I think let me just another question. Oh, this question will also be answered next week, please. This question will also be answered next week. It's part of the package for next week. So, like, I have a whole section. Because if I should answer your question, informal, it will really take a lot of time, which I'll still answer next week. So I think that's it. So that is that on that. So I think with this, we can call it a day. We can call it a day or we can call it a day today. We can call it a day till next week, where we'll be having the final day of this Founders Growth Conference. Again, this event is organized by OMKB Innovate, and OMKB Innovate is a branding and IT firm. We transform business through branding. We help business move from a point to a bigger point. So we have a lot of our services. I think next week will be. We just share, or you can also go to our Instagram page or Facebook to do some of those things we do. So I think that is that on that. So thank you very much. Thank you all for coming. I hope to see you all next week. So till then, I say goodbye. Cheers. Thank you. Bye-bye.